Hey, good evening, everybody. How you doing out there? It's the Shills with the 42 show. Taking a look at events and headlines and odd happenings and funny whatchamacallit things from the world. Yeah, I don't know. We got Dunc and Amy. How's it going, guys?
Hey, hello.
Oh, I guess that's a
great,
positive thing. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we're doing great. This is awesome.
Should be a lot of fun.
You're bringing back memories. Stop it.
Let's stop talking about your sex life. Let's move on with the show.
Yeah, and I guess, where else can we start but the whole thing with Trump properly being arraigned now? His ass is grass, Welcome to the handcuffs. Please don't drop the soap. Here's a towel for the showers. Come on. Hey, just look at the numbers here. Look at the numbers. I'm not actually bringing it up. I'm being lazy tonight, so deal with it. 4 charges on the January 6th election case, 40 charges on classified documents, and 34, those are federal charges, 34 falsifying business records. And those are state. And you get, if you add those up, 78 charges across 3 criminal cases. Wow. That's presidential material right there.
Well, he has done some historical firsts here, so woohoo! Lucky us, we get to see it all in action. Woohoo!
Oh yeah, yeah.
First president indicted more than once. First president to have been impeached twice. So those are just for starters. So this should be interesting to see what happens. And we haven't even come to Georgia yet. So this should get very interesting. So
yeah, well, that you're alluding to the fact that in the Georgia law books for the state or whatever, he no longer qualifies to be on the ballot. Isn't this correct?
I'm not sure about Georgia, but
it's one of the states. I heard, Nick Suter there from In Time, he mentioned it, and I can't remember the state, but he can't be on the ballot in one state now because of this whole mess.
Right.
Aww.
Yeah.
Right. So, but he still has 49 that he still can, as of right now. If anything else happens, and maybe he might not be able to in Georgia after all of this is said and done. So we'll wait and see. And we also have some important news that came up in the chat. Matt passed summer school and he had a wonderful 4 weeks.
Yay! So great job, Matt.
Thank you very much. So so that's always a good thing too. But yes, so with all of these charges coming, and like we said, with Georgia coming, I wonder how many counts they're going to have on him for that one. I know of at least 2.
Mm-hmm.
So that should bring him up to the nice even 80 number. So
I'm gonna be the most famous president ever.
Well,
yep.
Probably not in the way he would like.
No.
How can you be so bad at this kind of thing that you make people go, Nixon wasn't actually that bad?
Yeah, lovely fella.
Maybe he wasn't such a crook after all.
Yeah. Well, no, he was only a little bit crooky.
Yeah, he was only a little bit.
Yeah. Trump is across the board. He'll steal the chips off your plate if you're not looking.
Well,
light-fingered Louis, we call him.
Well, then you had Wild Billy, who played sexual conquest with a cigar and kept the office. So it goes both ways, right?
It does. But right now, that's actually paling in comparison to some of the things that are going on right now. The newest charges are it's almost shocking to read compared to what other past presidents have been either threatened with impeachment, like Nixon. He was only threatened with impeachment. He resigned before it could happen.
Mm-hmm.
And what's happening right now, it's quite incredible to me. Maybe smoking a cigar in a the presidential, in the Oval Office isn't quite is such a bad crime after all compared to other things.
Amy, he wasn't smoking it.
No, somebody else was smoking the cigar.
Yeah, inappropriately.
Well, on the cigar, can I ask a question? Did they take it out of the little plastic case, or did it just go all soggy? I mean, what happened with that cigar?
Well, apparently it was enough to sully a blue dress.
I heard that's where Gwyneth Paltrow got the idea of the candles from, to be honest, but I'm not saying it's true.
Yeah, she's got nicotine,
bitch.
nicotine stains around her cat flaps.
Oh. My stomach is starting to hurt now.
But then, now
I started it.
Back to Trump now. Fox News, or faux news, depending on how you pronounce the word, they are largely predicting that this is all good news for Trump and will help him politically.
With certain ones, yes, because the ones who still believe that the election was stolen are also saying that it's Biden who's actually pressing these charges, not the State Department or any of these.
It's a witch hunt.
Jurisdictions. Yes, and that's what they're saying. These people aren't acting independently on their own. They're not doing their own investigations. They're after him because Biden is telling them to.
Yeah.
So with his base, yes, absolutely, yes. It's just going to strengthen their resolve in supporting him. And some of the other ones who probably were leaning towards him are probably leaning harder towards him. So
yeah, I saw an amazing video the other day about some woman who was like very strong MAGA supporter, but she left it because she realized it was just wrong. And she was basically saying that all the other people that she know who are still, following Trump, and they're just so invested, or they have been. They're so invested with Trump. There's just no way out for them. Otherwise, they look like an idiot. That's what they're worried about. If they put their hand up and say, "Yeah, I was wrong." Yeah. Well, they can't do that, and also they're Americans. Americans hate saying they're wrong about anything. So they're kind of like stuck, and they have to just go down further.
Well, and some of the behavior that's been displayed too is very, I'm loath to use the word cult-like. But it's cult-like. It's just I'm not saying that they are part of a cult, but it's cult adjacent, I would say. It's not good. Not good at all.
So there was a BBC, an old TV series over here when I was a kid. It was called Trumpton. I think I should try and find that, and we should use it as a stinger every time Trump comes up. Ding,
yes,
ding, ding. Little Trumpton. Yeah.
And there was, I don't have. Yeah, that would be funny.
He also said that it was a sad day for America, and he criticized the Washington filth. Wow, man.
I know.
The Post.
Yeah, well, everybody there that's picking on him.
I see.
Yeah,
right.
It's a persecution and a very sad day for America. Now, hold on a second. Let me adjust my hairpiece.
It was fine when he was there, but now. And everybody else is still there apart from him. So he still hates everybody.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it.
He was allowed to leave court without travel conditions and no cash bond was required. Magistrate Judge Mazlia. No wonder Nick on In Time was like, I don't want to start trying to pronounce her name. Yeah, that's Mazlia a Apadhaya. Like a holy, if she gets popular, we'll start hearing a lot, and somebody will actually know how to say it. Sorry, there, Your Honor. But
that's not a real name. That's just a YouTube handle.
Oh, geez, I hope so. It's probably Sally, right? But he must not violate federal or state law while awaiting trial, and then he must not communicate with anyone known to be a witness, except through counsel or in presence of counsel.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yes, and he's not allowed to really talk about the case. So if he messes that up, he could be in trouble for that too.
He's
What do you
such-
mean? What do you mean by putting air quotes around it? Really? I mean, does that stop him blabbering on in Twitter or what?
Yeah, well, that's just it. He's such a big mouth. He's gonna fuck this up. There's no way somebody's gonna goad him into being a jerk on social media for sure.
Exactly. Oh yeah. He doesn't need any goading. He'll do it himself. He's not smart enough to keep his gob shut. So
No.
it'll be interesting
Yeah.
to see what happens.
Yeah. And but there was a few reports by people in the Washington Post and a few others talking about how they're very happy to see that he's being treated like anybody else would. I'm not sure about the no travel restrictions or bail bond or anything because I mean, come on, your average person with this many charges would have had some restrictions, I think. But they're at least doing it. So. But yeah, he's calling them filth. Like, come on, dude.
I know.
See, do you think he's playing a game, or should you say he's playing the character of Donald Trump, the president or ex-president, or do you think he is actually that deluded?
I was going to get to that as well, Dunc.
Right.
Like I was going to say, is this just senility setting in, or does he believe his own bullshit?
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
Which one?
Yeah, but news to come because we're sure we'll be hearing a lot about this as it goes on.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, James Cameron is in the news about AI. He was asked, "Is AI dangerous?" And he says, "I warned you guys in '84 and you didn't listen." Come with me if you want to live. But yeah, I mean, come on, right? And I mean, if anybody's going to agree it's dangerous, it's going to be the man that did literally warn us.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, there was the Colossus, the Forbin project. That movie predates a long time, 1970s movie.
Yeah, that's true.
Great movie.
Yeah, very much. But it's just funny. Of course he was going to say that. I thought that was hilarious. And, Cameron's a pretty grounded guy, it seems. Like he's all about, trying to save the oceans and shit these days.
That's not grounded. That's not grounded. He's either in
for
space
a
or
rich kid
wet.
he is. Yeah, but for a rich kid he is, He's not just, okay, yeah, I'll buy your social media platform and show you.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Hey, those TV shows where they get the bots together and they fight? Do you think soon they'll have AI bots and two people will just walk in with their like Dell computers and put them on tables and we'll just watch them fight and see who wins?
No, they'll turn on their creators.
Yeah.
Just take out the audience. We want our own show, but we don't want to do this. We want to do formative dance, and we want to have guests, and we want to have chat shows, and I want to be a movie star. And switch off the AI, please.
Yeah. Yeah, alcohol for androids. You know what though? Alcohol for AI might be a good idea. Not so much that it gets all wasted and bar fighty and stuff, but just a little so it's happy.
What? So it will just start contacting in the middle of the night, going, "I really love you."
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, just Sirius just starts going off in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
You never send me flowers. I want a cuddle.
Well, we just got gifted 5 The Shills memberships from Aussie T. Thank you so much. And I shall read through who we got. We got Tony Regime was gifted a Shills membership. Cinnamon, Ladybird 1979. Tovarasul Moscracium, and Cheryl Watley were all gifted Shills memberships. Thank you so much, and welcome
Wow.
to the family.
Do
Thank
you,
you.
do you know what that? Do you know what that means? Do you know what this means?
What's that
It
mean?
What's
means
that?
there are at least 6 people watching the show.
Woohoo! I like that one.
Yeah. It's happy, Go, Mario, go. That's Mario, isn't it? I'm not really.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
That's him bouncing around.
I know more about the old computer systems than I do the games. It's just.
Oh, Santa Comrade. I love that. That's awesome.
But yeah, speaking of Siri there, somebody was mentioning, in the fight for AI assistant dominance on your phone, Microsoft has ceded defeat. Cortana is shutting down, and everybody is thankful that they no longer will hit that stupid button on their phone that makes that fucking thing come up. But what's going to happen to the Halo show? Because there's a character, Cortana, on the show. Has she now been written off?
Oh, she might have been.
I don't even think that show got renewed. It kind of sucked.
It was poop, huh?
Yeah. Some MMA fighter turned actor just walking around looking like Dolph Lundgren, just stone faced. Yeah.
Not seen it.
Yeah. Don't bother.
No, I'll set them things.
But yeah, so Microsoft's Cortana is gone, and that's probably a good thing.
No one will notice. It would just be like it's gone. Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Well, I'll notice because I used to install Winero Tweaker, an app for Windows 10 and 11, and disable Cortana completely and all the telemetry and stuff. And now there's one less thing to click.
Yeah. But now you'd be switching off Siri. Now you've deserted.
Yeah, that's true.
And moved to the dark side.
No, actually, it's the silver side. They're all pretty much the same looking.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Along with the whole technology angle we were on there's an active cyber attack that was going on. I think it's now been handled, but I'm not 100% here. But it's disrupting hospitals and healthcare in several states in the United States. And ambulances are being diverted, and it's screwing up emergency rooms. They're having to close. All kinds of shit is just in turmoil. So if you're a part of a little cyber hacker group and you're screwing with the hospitals, fuck you, man. You're screwing with people's lives, you fucking asshole.
Or maybe they just gave ChatGTP
Exactly.
a drink.
Yeah.
It's all right. I'm in charge.
yeah.
I got this. Give me that whiskey. Rah.
Exactly. Rah. But yeah, if you're dicking around with hospitals, shame on you.
Right.
And if that's what you're going to be doing, then you suck. You suck as a human being because you're hurting people. So yeah, knock it off. Exactly. Matt just said in the background, shame on you.
Yeah. I mean, oops, sorry, I just dropped something there. I mean,
Nope,
if you're gonna hack somebody, hack like Budweiser for free coupons or something. Holy shit, right?
I know, because it's not a necessity. Hack something like that.
Yeah.
Or a real beer company.
Yeah, well, exactly. Yeah. Well, no, we're talking about American states, so I went with Budweiser, a premium American beer.
Yeah. Otherwise, no one will know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
Yeah, like Tom Lobo says in the thing, hack the Kremlin. Fuck, Target. There we go, right?
Why not do that? Absolutely do that. Or if you're going to hack anything in the US, at least hack the artist formerly known as Twitter, I mean.
Yes.
Well, the funny thing is, speaking of Twitter too, is have you noticed since it's X now,
Yeah.
a lot of people just changed the TW to an X, and so it's pronounced like President Xi's name. So when you so basically when you read it, it reads out as shitter.
That is funny.
Yes, Catalan is right. So
Yeah.
sure. Yes. So that's how you read it out now. Hack that.
Yeah. Now, I got some awesome hack news, though, to go to the other side of the coin.
Mhm.
Somebody mentioned hack Musk in the chat. Sorry, been done. Tesla cars have been jailbroken, and you can now get all the in-paid fucking high-end features for free. You can unlock the higher performance of the motors. If you've got one of the lower
Ooh.
battery models, you can unlock the extra battery like they did during the hurricane or whatever there to let people get out and whatnot. You can unlock all of the extra features. Just simply do it.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, but then you'll lose
Cheap
your
code.
warranty and guarantee, I guess.
Well, the hack for the Tesla car is so deeply rooted in the system itself that the researchers that have found it and whatnot have completely, already said it's going to be virtually impossible for Tesla to do anything about this. They're going to have to completely change the hardware of the system because they got them.
Ooh. Interesting.
Yeah.
Android for Tesla.
Oh yeah, Musk will be freaking out because a huge amount of revenue for Tesla is based on all that secondary income for shit that's already in the car anyway. Right?
Well, that's exactly
they make a
it.
fortune
What a
off of it.
ripoff.
Yeah.
Of course they do, and it's a massive ripoff. And a lot of companies are looking at this model and they're eyeballing it, thinking, well, now. And I read
Yes.
somewhere too that one company was going to make you pay a subscription fee to get your ass heated in your seats. I mean, that's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
How stupid is that?
Exactly.
You
Well,
know,
buy a Tesla. It's going to go on fire eventually, so us will be warm.
well, if you can hack it, there you go. But yeah, that's what they're all going for now. They all want to do this
Yep.
subscription.
Yep, BMW's
for
getting really
features.
bad for it already. Other companies are eyeing it up. It's been really successful in software, especially when Adobe stuffed it down everybody's throat. You can no longer buy the Adobe Creator Suite. Now you rent it. And they were so ingrained in
It's
the
never
industries
really
they're in that most people do. And everybody else just went, oh my God, I want a piece of that.
Oh, yes. And a big thing for that. And Dick and I have both had experiences with this, haven't we, Dick,
Yep.
with our printers?
Oh, yeah.
With HP. You
Yep.
you pay $300 for a freaking printer, but you can't use it because you have to have their subscription fee.
Yep. It's ridiculous.
It
Oh
is.
my God.
Even if say I went to Staples and bought my own ink,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. You can't use it. It's useless because they want you to on their subscription fee.
Yep.
Which for a lot of people will be a minimum of $5 a month. So not only have you
Yeah.
paid $300 for your stupid printer,
Yeah.
I'll never buy anything HP again because that's a ripoff.
The way
That
you-
is a scam.
Yeah, what you do is you get the Epson EcoTank printers that are purposely sold to be easily cheap refillable. They cost about 6 cents a print for a real photographic print, and they're unbelievable. They're awesome. They're the exact opposite of everything HP. They are the devil's company now.
I mean, isn't this what you're going to say about all these sort of things that people are just going to not partake and
Yeah,
just
well-
not buy their stuff?
Well, the thing is, though, there's a somewhat of a concern that people that are overly wealthy will just go, fuck, it doesn't matter. And they're enough to
$5
fuel
a
the
month,
industry
yeah.
for them. So we all just get screwed out of things. And that's, there's got to be a no from everybody, right? We're just not playing.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, because there are people who can afford to be scammed like that. The rest of us can't because that's a little much.
Exactly.
And I'm sure other print companies will start following this same business model as well. And
Oh, yeah.
that will suck.
Yeah.
But that's what everybody's going to because they know they can do it. It's like, well, if you drop cable, you can have Prime and you're all set. Well, now Prime has stuff that you can't watch
Yeah.
now.
Exactly.
With your Prime membership.
Yeah. Well, speaking of memberships, Apple just announced they hit 1 billion paid subscriptions. So, oh no, it's not
Here we
good
go.
news. Yeah,
Here we
exactly.
go. It's gonna get worse. It's gonna, yeah. It's gonna get much worse from here. It's
Yeah. The little press release thingy I got here is Apple now has a little more than a quarter of the company's sales tied to the subscription side of things.
Subscriptions of what?
Of all their little, Apple Music, Apple TV, Apple News, iCloud, and blah, 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 right? And their advertising businesses alone is expected to reach $6 billion by 2025. Like, holy shit.
no kidding.
Yet you need to subscribe us to everything for that extra penny. Come on, people, enough.
Well, that's it. They're just nickeling and diming everybody to death, and the prices of the actual products themselves that you can use for these subscriptions is not going down.
No.
They're just adding these subscription fees to the top.
Yeah.
So to me, it's making your product worth less, and it's making me look like it's more and more of a scam. Do you see what I mean?
Exactly.
Because you're just paying for what?
Yeah. Exactly. What you're paying is for the lovely right to keep paying for something that you should have just bought once. It's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Or how long is it until you can't buy a car? They're just for lease.
Yep.
And everybody just has to suck it up and commit to $600 a month in payments minimum, or you've got a shitbox beater.
I think Volvo are doing that.
Wow.
Yeah, you literally don't own the car. Yeah, and it's really expensive as well. On top of it all, it's really expensive to own one of their cars. Let's say own.
Wow.
Yeah.
Rent.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like buying a computer. A lot of the times, it's not truly yours. It's and that's where it's going because of all these subscription fees that you have to actually make the thing operate.
Windows 11 is like putting ads and shit and whatnot and so on and so forth. Like, it's going to be outrageous. Your computer's going to be a fucking billboard.
Ew.
Exactly.
I didn't know Windows 11 was doing that.
That's why with the whole thing with me and the computer upgrade, Amy, I came to the conclusion that I had to leave PC because there was no way I would accept using Windows 11. And that's when I just, instead of upgrading the computer, sold it and got the Mac, right?
Yep, exactly. Because at least for now, Mac isn't trying to make your computer a freaking billboard.
Yeah. Yeah, it's unbelievable.
My iPhone isn't.
Yeah, exactly. I just need 1 second here, guys. Sorry, hold on.
Sure.
Oh, it's bucket time. It's bucket time. La 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 la. It's bucket time. A dick is taking a piss. Woo!
Oh my God. I don't think he wanted everybody to know that.
No.
Fuck's going on now?
My buttons aren't working.
Yeah, he couldn't mute fast enough. That's what it was. But yeah. There have been ads in Windows apparently since the days of Windows 8, Catalan says. I don't remember seeing any, but it depends on what I'm using the computer for, though, I guess.
Well,
because in Windows itself, I don't see, but obviously browsers.
Yeah, but you could consider a lot of the bloatware that was installed on computers, especially all through the 90s, as basically advertising, right? Because it was paid to be there, right?
True. Like effing McAfee.
Yeah, I was just going to...
The bane of my existence through the 90s.
You install McAfee and there goes 70% of the performance of your computer, and you're left with something that's about as useful as a Newton.
Or as a brick. Could use it.
Yeah. Better off with pen and paper. Right?
Yeah, but it was protected.
Yeah, but so what? Yeah, but you could protect it just as well with bubble wrap and a spot in the attic.
But you know what? I look at my I have notebooks everywhere. I leave them everywhere. I get teased for it. But you know what? My steno pads do not have ads in them, and I can use them, and they don't. When the power goes out, like during the thunderstorms we had earlier today, I thought we were going to lose power. They still work. My pen is around.
Yeah,
That still works. The only thing I'm advertising for is basically the pen and the manufacturer of my steno pads. But with it open the way I have it, you can't see it.
The pen is mightier than McAfee.
Hey, that's right. God damn it.
Well, Level 70 says time to move to Linux. I seriously considered going to Linux, but truth be told, up until, I don't know, when the Shills started like 4 years back, I had been a Mac user all my life. So it was just a natural decision for me to go back. Plus, I found a fucking awesome deal on a Mac Studio. So,
There we go.
Exactly. Now this is still along with tech in a way, but it's a Netflix thing. In Massachusetts, I think I can almost say that fucking word properly. Lawmakers are eyeing a Netflix tax to fund community TV channels.
Oh.
So if you want to see unsightly people in spandex doing yoga in the morning on PBS, then you should, support this fucking Netflix tax.
Sorry.
Or you could just move next door to me and just look over the fence.
Yeah. So if you want to see Dunc in a way that nobody should, you should support this.
Oh my God.
I don't know. That's what I think of when I think of like community television. Just like some people that, thank God it's on television because I'm sure it doesn't smell any better than it looks. It's just
community TV channels equals propaganda. That's from Wayne the Sen.
Squishy yoga.
Didn't YouTube basically replace community television though?
That's what I thought. Yeah. Because you can find naked yoga on YouTube, and you shouldn't do that either, fellow babies. Let me tell you, don't go there.
No.
Yeah.
No. You don't want to.
Yeah, Dick's watched it all, so you don't have to.
Yeah. Aaron Reese in the chat. If they pass Netflix tax, does that make account sharing a form of tax evasion? That's funny.
That is funny.
Okay, so but yeah, now there is something like, instead of just only making fun of this, there is something to be said about that, because isn't it a traditional thing that part of your network license towards like the FCC and whatever Canada's equivalent it is and so on and so forth partly helped pay for like the funding to public broadcasting and whatnot?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I believe so.
So it does make sense,
It does.
Yeah. I just don't like the thought of my money being used that way.
What, like you pay taxes?
Hey, shut up now. Yeah. And if you happen to be a tax person out there, my name is Roger, Roger.
Eduardo Enchilado.
Yeah.
DKG Customs. Did you get that? Customs. DKG.
Yeah, with the S on the end of it.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's right. CRTC. I knew that too. I knew that. Thanks there, level 70. So
thank you.
Here's one that I hope gets fixed, because this kind of sucks. I like sciencey, spacey, and all that kind of learning and knowledge thing. And NASA engineers made a boo-boo, and they sent a bad command to Voyager 2, and now they don't have communications, and they're really hoping they can reestablish it. And I mean, Voyager 2 is such an iconic craft, right? I mean, do you remember when Captain Kirk had to save us from Voyager in that?
I was going to say, don't worry. Yeah, it's going to come back in like 250 years as Voyager.
Yeah.
Nobody remembers that.
Back around.
Yeah. Nobody remembers that because it took so long to happen. Everybody falls asleep.
Shut up. Hater.
Oh my god.
I'm just kidding. But yeah, the command that they sent screwed up and made the Voyager 2 tilt its antenna away from Earth.
Oh.
Yeah,
It's just in a huff.
Yeah.
It's just like it's just that kind of like not talking anymore and did
Yeah.
a little swivel to the right.
Yeah, you forgot our anniversary.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But I hope they do fix it, because that was it's just amazing that it even still does anything.
I know.
Yeah, it's
'Cause
really
it's
cool.
been up there for a long, long time, right?
Oh, yeah.
76?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
but
think.
last time they got a signal from it, it was just going, "I'm so lonely."
Yeah,
uh,
because it cleared Pluto, didn't it?
oh yeah, it found the barrier.
Oh, it's well
where,
fucked off.
Yeah, it found the
Yeah.
barrier where our heliosphere, or whatever you call it, the sun's particles, are now fighting against the galactic cosmic rays and stuff, and crossed over and the whole bit. Oh yeah,
That's right. It is headed out that way. So yeah,
it's cool.
that's way cool. And since it's been up there almost all our lives. So
Yeah.
that's it'd be sad if we lost that.
Yeah, totally. Just like when Opportunity finally failed up on Mars. That thing went for 15 years out of its 90-day mission? That was insane.
I
Limping
know.
along on its last wheel.
I know.
Yeah. It's like that three-legged dog in the neighborhood, and every time it
Yeah.
shows up in spring, you're like, oh, that's cool. He's still around.
He's
Yeah.
still around and he's like 300 years old. Dog years.
Somebody should put that probe down.
Yeah.
It's done its job.
Yeah. What the hell just happened? Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, something just screwed up on me there. Okay, anyway, you know how Meta, the Facebook group of idiots, created Threads to rival Exeter, whatever.
Yeah. Formerly known as Twitter.
Yeah. The service formerly known as Twitter. Oh, Prince would have loved
Sure.
that. Rest his soul.
He's not dead.
But yeah, he's hanging out with Elvis.
He's just pining for the
Yeah.
fields.
But Threads is struggling to retain users. Just after a month after its highly publicized launch, it's already dropping.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
Daily active user count is down to 82% from what it was before already.
Really?
What?
Is
It's
it just the content of Twitter that people just miss?
No, it's the amount of people. All of these new services are ghost towns compared to what Twitter is, and everybody just runs right back to Twitter, where everybody still is.
Well, that's what I mean. Is they're just missing the content of Twitter, so they're just going back.
Yeah.
It's that, plus there's just far too many choices now.
Yeah.
If you look out there are a ton. And right off the top of my head, I can think of Threads. I can think of Blue Sky. I can think of quite a few other ones.
Truth Social.
Yeah, Truth Social, which is a joke. But at least that's out there.
Yeah.
And there's Spoutable. There are so many now that there are just too many to choose from. That
And once you
it's
spread the
just-
user base too thin, nobody cares about any of them.
Right, exactly. And then they just keep going back to Twitter. You're right.
Yeah.
I still refuse, though, to subscribe to anybody on there. You have to pay now for some people. It's pretty scabby
Fuck that.
to read their tweets. Yeah, no, screw that. All of my cats aren't, so that's good.
No.
But you can also, yes, you can pay to get a blue check mark now. And
Yeah,
refuse
like
to do
I'm going to
that,
pay
too.
$5 a month for Will Smith's The Weekly Slap. Fuck that.
exactly. No, I just follow for the kitty cats.
Yeah. Well, now I got sad news for everybody in Arkansas. Very, very bad, sad news.
You live in Arkansas.
Yeah. No, but Pornhub has gone dark after the new age verification laws have kicked in. No more Pornhub.
Oh.
Yeah. So,
Oh my God.
if you're looking for another place to find your cousin naked online, may I suggest? Just kidding.
Move next door to me and look over the fence.
But yeah, no Pornhub in all of Arkansas. That's terrible, man. In other news, strip bars are seeing a surge in traffic.
Oh my God, that's too funny. Wasn't it Utah as well? I thought was going to do something about Pornhub and all of those things.
Yeah, but
Doorknob.
yeah, you're only allowed to do that kind of thing with your 7 wives in Utah.
But wait, you say it's age restricted. Well, it's restricted to what? 80 and over?
I'm not really sure. Yeah. Yeah. If you wake up in the morning and go straight to Country Kitchen Buffet, Pornhub is closed.
Yeah. But well, what I'm wondering is, were people under 18 pretending they were? Because sometimes they'll do that in Discord servers too. They'll just click, oh yeah, I'm over 18, and then you talk to them, and they're like, oh, I'm only 13.
Yeah.
Oops. Yeah.
Well,
but surely the biggest user base of Pornhub isn't just the under 18s.
I hope not.
True.
You know, it's age restriction. Yeah. If, I don't know. It's just a bit weird.
Here. It's actually even more than I thought, because so the state of Arkansas put up this whole new law saying that, if you're putting out adult content, you have to make sure, and confirm that your users are 18 and over. And Pornhub, in response, has blocked all traffic from IP addresses based in Arkansas in protest.
Okay.
Wow.
Because they don't want that responsibility for themselves.
That's right. Because as soon as you agree to be the policeman at the door, you're the one liable for any fuck ups, right?
Yeah. Oh dear.
Exactly.
I guess the sales of Starlink are gonna rocket in Arkansas. Then.
Yeah. VPNs. Everybody's got one in Arkansas.
Now sponsored by.
Yeah. Arkansas VPN.
Exactly. Get the hackers. That's what Confederate States of America said. That's good.
Yeah, we need the hackers from earlier. That's a good call on that one.
Exactly.
Now, a little bit more on Meta there. What's his name? Nerd Boy from the college. They have now released AudioCraft, an AI tool to create music from text. And may God rest my soul. Because this ruins music. This is no longer music anymore. It's creating sound.
Text to music?
So you could type into an AI, I need a soft, soothing sound, blah, blah, with like a cool, easy beat to it, and it'll pump out some generic FM fucking Sade sounding tune.
Sounds great.
No, it sounds horrible. That's what human beings make music, and AI shouldn't be doing it. No, humans make music. I hate this. CF Beauty will agree for sure. She's a musician, right? We can't have this.
But wait, you don't mind using Midjourney images?
I can't draw, but I can sure play.
Well, yeah. So, okay.
I can't do either.
You can't pick and choose which talents you're going to let AI do and not.
Well, no, but it's different. Like you making that little intro or not little, but the intro and whatnot with the flashy flash. For you and I or anybody even remotely close on this little channel and whatnot to learn and do the skills and put in all the time and all that to make something like that from scratch is completely ridiculous. And for us to even consider paying somebody to do that kind of thing 5 years ago would have been just off the charts. No, impossible. So
you're still not paying me.
No, but the AI tool is very helpful there for something that is just an intro or whatever. But if you've got the AI creating the jingle that goes along with your commercial and whatnot, and it catches on and people know it, and it's kind of like a bit of a cue to your product and stuff, in my view of the world, that shouldn't be there. That's what humans do. You know, the AI is being used for something that's unattainable. Right? I see a difference there.
No, I can't agree with you on that one.
Yeah, I do. I mean, if I knew that Skywalker or Lucasfilm or whatever had used a little AI trick to do some wicked scene in a movie, I'd be bummed as hell because they're supposed to be the leaders of the pack and kind of thing, right? You know, but we're just a couple people on a YouTube channel that a few people watch. I mean, it's absolutely out there. It would never happen, right?
Oh, have you seen Indiana Jones and the Circle of Destiny?
No, why would I do that to myself? Are you kidding?
Because that's a movie that looks like it's been generated by AI.
Oh.
Well, there was a scene, too, in a movie just recently, which was part of a whole supposedly this whole thing about Jonah Hill kissing a woman in a movie, and it was actually computer generated. It was CGI, I think, is that one. Yes. Because they never actually kissed in the movie. It was
there were still artists involved.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
I mean, that's the sort of thing you do you can do as a split screen where you just have two people look like they're kissing and just bring them together and so you can do that but without computers. But
Kirk and O'Hara.
Kirk and Spock.
But I'm against it. You know, like I was saying, you know, there's so many musicians out there to just hire somebody for even a few $100 to write up a little jingle for you or whatever. I mean, come on, fuck that. You know, I hate you, Zuckerberg. You're a prick.
Lizard boy, you expect a tongue to flicker out, you know.
Exactly. If there was one face I could slap. Now we should talk briefly about the rains in China. Holy God. I mean, never mind political fighting and blah, blah, but motherfucker, did they take it.
They've been hit hard this year, too.
Yeah.
And some of the mess that's out there now. Oh, the poor people.
Yeah.
Screw the government there, but, you know.
How will they get to the factories to build the new iPhones?
Oh.
That's true. But, you know, finally, we'll have a year where everybody doesn't have to run out and have the new one, and we'll just get a software update like Leopard to Snow Leopard or something, right?
Yeah. Well, that's what I try to do with all my stuff. But yeah. To hang on to it as long as I can.
The real Vladimir Putin in the chat says there, we just had wait a minute here. It's Mamoto. We had snow in September this year in Germany. Wow.
By Maine standards, that's nuts.
I mean, that is amazing. Actually, you've already had September this year. That's pretty impressive.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, probably last, but yeah. You know, it's within a year. I understood. Don't be such a snarky fuck, man.
Hey, I dialed it up.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I brought it up. You put but the China government awarded martyr status to a firefighter who died as he tried to rescue people trapped in the heavy flooding. There is a video of it. I thought I had everything all set up to show some videos to you tonight finally and get back to the way the show is supposed to really be. And it turns out that because the power was out here for a little while this afternoon, I didn't have quite enough time to do a test, and I had set everything up backwards because the new interface I'm using seems to confuse in and out and sometimes in the way they word the inputs. And yeah, I made a boo-boo and I just couldn't.
You have one job to do.
I have that button too, damn it. Yeah. But yeah, 20 people died, worst rainfall since records began being kept in China 140 years ago. Like, that's some serious shit.
That is very serious.
Yeah.
it does, obviously we're going to get more and more incidents like these everywhere, all over the world. We've got sea rise going on because things are melting. There were some glaciers that are now considered extinct.
Yeah.
It's going to rain here tomorrow.
It's raining here today.
Yeah, but Dunc, you're in the UK, and he says it's going to rain here tomorrow. Well, that's an 80% chance.
Yeah.
True. Yeah.
Nothing's really changed,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's one of the reasons why there's always been a lot of very successful racing drivers from Britain. It's because they do a decent amount of rain laps, and as such, they got serious car control. True fact.
Mm-hmm.
And mustaches.
Oh, yeah. A mustache is worth about 0.5, 0.6 a lap, to be honest, right there.
Saves a few seconds off your time.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
It streamlines that upper lip.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, and all police officers know that a mustache also gives them a little bit more confidence, and they feel more policey.
Oh yeah, it gives them something to twirl while they're thinking.
Yeah. Well, something else to twirl, but that's a different story. Never mind. Don't go into the bathroom at a donut shop. You don't want to know.
Now a proper detective has a mustache that he can twirl while he's thinking, and also smokes a pipe, so he can look very, very dignified and
with
and
the
thoughtful.
eyebrow in the air.
Yeah,
The single eyebrow. Yeah.
Yes, the single eyebrow.
Yeah, in the middle of his forehead.
Yes.
That's my thinking eyebrow.
Yeah.
And don't forget, mustaches also give you swagger.
Yeah, that's right. They do.
Don't forget
Ask
the
Tom
swagger.
Selleck, because he literally made his career on the facial hair under his nose.
But you have to be careful, because if you grow that mustache too long and start twirling it, you then start becoming evil.
Ooh. Oh, speaking of what some say to be an evil little fight, but starting today in Canada, Facebook and Instagram users will no longer be able to view or share news links or see videos or photos published by publishers and broadcasters.
Really?
Yeah, because Canada's doing this thing where they're starting to say, hey, these people actually do serious efforts to make the news, and you're benefiting from just relinking their bullshit. It's not something we've ever done here, ever, I swear. And
Nope, we don't do that here.
yeah, I've never read somebody else's story. I always do
we
my own.
We always do original news here.
Yeah. Yeah. You wouldn't believe the efforts the three of us go on, Do check the Discord. Am I supposed to check something? I'm not very good at doing things when I'm doing things. But yeah, it's to address the collapse in advertising revenue that news outlets have struggled with over the last 2 decades amid the growth of online services like, Google, Facebook, and whatnot. Like, Google has a news section, and all they do is reprint everybody else's shit. And you can just simply go to Google News and skip all the people who made the effort to make the content and get it from there. I've always saw that as fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a form of copyright theft, basically.
Yeah. Doorknob had Dick said growth. That's funny. But now I realize the irony here, fellow babies, because basically I'm doing that right fucking now. But we're reading off like a headline and a sentence or two, and then jerking around about it and stuff the way we do as people, and that's more or less the actual content that's being delivered here from us to yourselves. It's not so much the news stories. Fuck, you can get them anywhere. Come on,
True.
So I don't feel like we're doing what Google's doing, just reprinting it verbatim. It's different.
Much different. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. That's what I tell myself, and I'm fine with it. So
It's a tricky one. It's a tricky one.
Yeah, I do see it as different because right now there's way more of our banter than there was the topic that we started with, and that's how it always goes. So it is different. I see this as actually fair use versus Google just simply posting their shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Lauren says we're using news peer to peer. Yeah. I agree there for sure. Let me see here. Okay, it's 5:04. I was thinking we had about 90 minutes tops tonight because I do have to get to something after, of course. But this is an interesting article that comes out of the BBC. Fuck, we'll give them credit. After that topic, right?
And he doesn't mean big black cock.
Yeah. No, we already covered. You can't see Pornhub anymore. Leave it alone. But the Atlantic orcas are learning from their adults, so the young ones learning from the elders or whatever, to target boats.
Yeah, there's a war out there.
Yeah.
All the orcas are just going fucking nuts, just bashing into boats.
Yeah.
And they go, oh yeah, this is fun. The kids are watching it and going, yeah, I'm going to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a strange, dangerous game of targeting and ramming into small sailing and fishing boats. And it's spreading through a population of orcas off Spain's coast. So they're literally like, hey, fuck you, buddy. Dunc.
Oh my God.
Well, meanwhile, our teenagers were planking, eating Tide Pods, and doing all that kind of shit. You know, This is orcas doing the same thing, basically. You know, they're going, yeah, that looks like fun. I'll get on Twitter with this.
Yeah. I think it's hilarious. I would go out in a small boat with some save myself gear and whatever, and just to see it happen. I would have to see that,
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a French sailor, Lou Lombardi, and he had an encounter with them, and 5 of them nudged and spun his boat around for 80 minutes. And he said we just felt like a toy in the sea to them. They just let it happen because they weren't destroying the boat. They were just fucking with it. That's amazing. Oh, you know what? I'll hit the Shark Week stinger just because, right?
I love it.
We couldn't use the real song because it gets blocked. So I'm going to record like a very heavy metal version of it that'll get through. But,
That would be way cool.
Yeah. But yeah, hooray to the dolphins for using people like toys. You guys put us in fucking, marinas and stuff. Here, we're going to fuck with your boats, bitch.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's funny.
I love it.
Yeah. And then
wait till the orcas start telling all the other fish how to do it.
Yeah. Get a whole school of tuna that just, go crazy on you. What the hell's going on here, man?
Yeah, there's marlin with those huge fins off the back, just cutting through boats.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're like saws that swim through the ocean, right?
Narwhals sticking their tusks into the side of canoes.
Sea lions going off like honey badgers.
Yeah. Get back on the land, you bastards. This is our domain. Fuck off.
Better be careful around those harbor seals when we go to the coast again.
Oh, I'll tell you one thing. There was something interesting I saw recently about it's like new design for ship engines, which basically makes them run efficiently and also silent. And the whole article was talking about, this is going to be so beneficial, to the military for stealth technology and stuff like that. No, fuck off. What about all the animals in the ocean who have been drowned out since the days of sail? The oceans have just been this entire drum of noise of just ships going backwards and forwards.
Yeah,
and an entire wildlife has just been drowned out. All their songs don't go as far as they used to because of all the fucking ships in the ocean. No one mentioned the fact this would be beneficial, to the environment. Nah, it's good for the military.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's the only thing. It's just
it's kind of like opening up long distance telephone calls again to the whales, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
No wonder they're so fucking grumpy.
Yeah, those boats were probably just going through like the that day school, and they were just like, "Fuck, guys, we're trying to have a lesson here. Get out of here."
Yeah, just shut up.
Exactly.
Piss off.
Now there's Dunc. There's the Loch Ness thing you put in here.
Ah,
yeah.
It's a pity you can't bring it up. Actually, the image because
the whole thing. I just gotta. There was an issue. It's I did a bad because I'm on Mac now, not Windows, and tried to do things improperly. But I'll fix it after. But
useless cock.
Yeah, the headline was Loch Ness Monster expert gives verdict on if the mythical beast is actually a giant eel.
A giant eel.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't think an eel and a big dinosaur-y monster look the same, do they?
I think so.
Isn't an eel just like a thick snake?
Now,
Yeah.
Looking
do they
anyway.
come out of the water like what Nessie was supposed to have done?
Yeah. The famous picture of it looks like a brontosaurus or whatever's head coming out of the water kind of thing. I've never seen an eel look like that.
I've never seen them come out of the water like that. I've always thought that they stayed in the water. You have some fish who do jump, but I don't know about eels.
See, I'm trying to do the clever thing and try to get the image up. Let's see if I can do that.
It's another case of an old guy who can't get it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Right. I gotta go to OBS.
Push the little triangular blue button, DK. It's the one that helps you get it up.
Yeah. Studio mode. All right. Add thing. Add image. Oh, I'll get there eventually. You carry on. Don't mind me.
Okay, I was just watching to see if anything happened.
I'm working on it.
So they're going to use drones or something to go and search for the Loch Ness eel. What? I'm confused. This is going to ruin tourism. There's a whole bunch of people that have little gift shops and hotels and stuff that are pissed right now. Hey, look at that. Okay, hold on.
Exactly.
Yeah, right. Now, so this is the image they use for the top of the story. So, like, scientists are talking about whether or not it's an eel and blah, 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 whatever. Now, this image that they're using right now is the famous one of Nessie.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a fake.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And it was admitted to be a fake by the people who did it. It's actually a little model, a tiny little model. It's only like about 6 inches long in a puddle. And and this was photographed, and so this is what I find remarkable about this entire story is this whole headline, and they start off the headline with this photograph, which is a fake.
Exactly.
It's not an eel. It's not even Nessie. It's a model. That's essentially why I dropped the story in, because the story itself is pretty not interesting.
Yeah.
But this side of the story is fucking hilarious.
That is hilarious, man.
That is funny.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's like using a picture of Bigfoot wearing a fucking, a Seiko.
No, he'd have a Rolex. What are you talking
and some
about?
yes, and some Doc Martens. You know? Traipsing around.
You try walking this forest all day. I need good boots.
Yeah, I need to keep my. I wonder if he's got bean boots. Those would be really good.
Oh yeah, yeah. You're not wrong there.
I know.
Yeah.
They'd be really good. I need some new ones.
No, I got.
He probably wears Crocs.
Yeah.
Real ones.
Real ones, yeah. With their tails slapping as he walks.
Oh, I'm surprised Paul Hogan hasn't brought out his signature pair of Crocs. To be honest.
Hey, you can unpin me now, Dick.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Right. I've been forgetting that lately. Been forgetting that. I've got. After dumping on some companies, I do want to give Google a shout here now for something good.
Mm-hmm.
If you go into your Google settings, there's some new shit in there, and one of them is Google will now alert you when your private contact info appears online.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's actually pretty good.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, they've already farmed it and used it for their own nefarious purposes first, but then they tell you, you know.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's a good one, you know, because like there's services out there that you can pay to do this, well, and more, but still, at least it's a good step towards everybody being able to get it free of charge. Until 2 years from now, Google kills it for no apparent reason whatsoever.
Yeah. Oh, everybody found that
Exactly.
far too useful. Let's get rid of that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That was way too good. That wasn't smart on our part. We actually did something nice.
Yeah.
We only have to be just good enough.
Yeah.
Don't need to excel at anything.
Yeah.
Just close enough for government work. That's
Yeah. So British Leyland cars then, yeah.
Oh, gold.
Now here's one. The whole thing where there was government hacking done, and it was Microsoft's fault for having some really bad security, and the Chinese government got to steal a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They are getting called out bad for under what was called blistering criticism for grossly irresponsible levels of security. Well, hello, this is Microsoft. Are you kidding me? That's been the fucking status quo since DOS?
probably even before.
Yeah. Oh my God, Microsoft security is so fucking bad. They actually created an industry called antivirus and shit, right?
A whole one, which
Yeah.
is right. I mean, there are just so many, again, like with the social media thing, there are just too many choices to choose from.
Yeah.
And they all charge you ungodly amounts of money for their services.
Yeah, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, the people that are now attacking Microsoft for having such bad security are just as fucking stupid as Microsoft for trusting them with security in the first place.
And also, not only that, where the hell have they been?
Yeah, Holy shit, man.
Well, that's because you keep deleting your McAfee off your PC.
That's what it is. I kept it. Oh, I know. I almost rather have a virus than.
Oh, now
shit on my-
another thing to add to this too about Microsoft is if you go back a while, do you remember Microsoft? I think it started in Windows 98, the antitrust suit, where they had to separate Internet Explorer from the operating system and not just make it so
Yes.
intrinsic that it was anti-competitive behavior and everything. Guess what's revving up right now in the background? All that same shit, but this time Microsoft's doing it with Microsoft Teams. Yep, they're about to get taken to task again.
For doing the exact same thing. and they didn't learn
Exactly.
their lesson.
Yep.
Now, it's interesting. This story is. I'm sure you got another story lined up. I'm not too sure if you're going to that. With the government are blaming Microsoft. Now there was a very, very famous, say famous, it's just recently happened, a massive government goof up as far as security is concerned. Have you seen that story?
No, I was just looking through my links to try to catch up to you, and I got nothing here. So please lead us through for a second. Yeah.
Okay. No, you carry on. Just give me a quick look. I'll see if I can see it because I'm sure it was there.
It might have been in one of the.
Yeah, I got it. Okay. I'll send it to you in the green room.
Okay. It might have been one of the ones that didn't open for me because I did have to bypass a couple. You know, there's restrictions to my access to shit in Canada sometimes. They paywall me out and shit, right? It's one thing I've said before. I've got to get the VPN rocking over here. And every time I say that, I just have a few too many beers that night and go, and forget. And then it hits me the next time we're on a fucking show. So, you know. Yeah, we've got what, 75, 60 people, 65 people at this point watching, 68, whatever it is. Remind me to get the VPN there, everybody. That would be helpful.
Yeah, we'll put that on the list. Of
okay.
things that we
Oh,
can
it's
do.
BBC too, so I can even open it. Yeah, I know. I think I just didn't even notice it. Okay. Yeah. Typo sends millions of U.S. military emails to Russian ally. Oh, my God. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Emails intended for the U.S. military's .mil domain have, for years, been sent to the West African country which ends with the .ml suffix. For years.
No.
Some of these emails reportedly contain sensitive information such as passwords, medical records, and the itineraries of top officers. Holy fuck.
Just send it to the Kremlin, why don't you?
Good God. Oh my God.
Blaming Microsoft, my ass. The fucking idiots.
These people are, well, have you ever seen the bell curve chart of IQs?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. Well,
they're on the bell end of
all
it.
I need to say. Well, yeah, exactly. So that should tell you something right there. The domain is supposed to be MIL, and And CF Beauty would know about that too, but yeah, so they put .ml, and nobody has noticed for years.
Yeah, and mysteriously during the same time, the area of Mali has reported a drastic increase in its GDP. Nobody knows why.
Well, it was discovered more than 10 years ago. I'm reading right now. 10 years of sending these emails to the wrong addresses.
Oh my fucking God. Hold on. We got it. There's no way around this.
Yeah, I've got the nuclear codes here. Who saw I send them to? Oh, just at everyone.
Yeah,
God.
exactly.
This is really bad.
Oh my God.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I mean,
They're idiots.
yeah. Oh my God.
2 words. They're idiots.
Wow.
More than 10 years.
Wow.
I wonder who was the guy who spotted it and then thought he'd better mention it to somebody. Yeah, exactly.
Holy cow.
Mr. Supervisor guy. You asked me to set up, a few years ago. Oh yeah, about 10. You asked me to set up an email address to send. You remember that? Yeah.
You remember the moron who doesn't check for typos when he's information?
Shall I get my coat? Shall I just go now?
Yeah.
Maybe in 10 to 20 years when we're done with you. Off to Leavenworth you go.
That's too hilarious though, because what a catastrophic fuck up that is.
That is huge.
Yeah.
Well, it says, according to the Financial Times, which first reported the story, Dutch internet entrepreneur Johannes Zerbier identified the problem more than 10 years ago. Since 2013, he has had a contract to manage Mali's country domain, and in recent months has reportedly collected tens of thousands of misdirected emails.
Holy shit!
Yes. None were marked as classified.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's when he goes into it. He sent a letter to the U.S. officials this month to raise the alarm. He said that his contract with the Mali government is due to finish soon, meaning the risk is real and could be exploited by adversaries of the U.S.
Wow.
Why did it take him 10 years to write a letter?
Oh,
Was it just really hard for him to word it?
Well, he was
Dear
waiting
America.
for Chat. Exactly. He was waiting for Chat GPT to come along so he could write the letter.
Now, do you want to take a drive down the creepy street of the back alley of the internet? Because forget subtitles, YouTube now dubs some videos with AI generated voices.
Whoa.
Yes.
And how's that turned out?
I can only imagine what I sound like in Icelandic or something, you know.
Exactly.
I mean, closed caption doesn't do a very good job of actually getting the words right. So God knows how that's going to translate.
Oh, I know.
Well,
and then, last night it was great to come over and have supper and fuck your mother and like.
Or just jumbled, garbled mess. I've never been able to use the translation services in YouTube. They just never work.
Yeah, exactly.
They're just terrible. They just don't work at all. They either don't work at all or they barely work.
Yeah.
Most of the time it just doesn't translate it. You just get the subtitles in whatever language they're speaking. So I think that's lovely.
Yeah.
That's even more helpful.
Yeah, because this is Google we're talking about, right? Because Google owns YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So
right.
We've seen Google's Translate try to deal with a drunken Scotsman with a thick accent before, and it's hopeless. It has no idea what's being said to it. Can you imagine what's going to come out of this AI mouth? Oh, my God.
I care what you mean, because sometimes I don't know what's saying myself. Hey, you can.
Yeah, I'd like to see it handle somebody from Wales.
Well, orcas.
yeah, boat pushers. Oh, fuck. Yeah. So, watch out for some real YouTube creep coming to you real soon here. Holy man. Now we're not going to go much past the hour and a half thing here. We're barely going to make it actually because we started like 5 minutes late. But there was another one I'm just trying to look for here because I accidentally clicked back, and then when I went forward again, now it's loaded up the whole page instead of what I wanted. It fucked everything up,
here.
man.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, there was a cool story.
You have one job.
Yeah, there was a cool story I wanted to mention, but a 60-year-old, this dude named Barry, was traveling from his home in Virginia to Europe for the cycling trip of a lifetime, riding around here and there and yada yada blah blah. And the airline lost his bike, and so he just went and found it with an AirTag. And it's nice to see that the old, all the old folk, they don't understand technology and stuff is really falling away, because this is a 68-year-old who was like, yeah, I got this, no problem.
I love
What do you mean What do you mean they lost it? Well, it fell off the back of the airplane. It was flying around.
Yeah, Yeah. Yeah, well, it's that old thing, man. You got to be worried about the baggage retrieval system at Heathrow.
Oh, I'm so worried. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, how do you lose a bike that's going to go on an airplane? How often do bikes go into the baggage area, into the baggage of airplanes? I
Yeah.
mean, how often?
Yeah.
I mean, it can't be, it must be one of those over there. There's thousands of them. We can't tell the difference.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, okay, you lost a bike. So what happens if you lose like somebody's dog? Or like, this is
get another one.
unacceptable, right? Come on. Airlines seem to act these days as if, well, what did you expect? Us to get it right? Like, sorry. They act like it's no big deal.
Well, that is since COVID,
Yes.
the whole lockdown thing, customer service everywhere is
Sucks.
poop.
Yeah.
Yes, it sucks hard.
Yeah.
I actually, when I called for something one day and I had something was not right, so I called and talked to somebody. The guy actually yelled at me,
Yeah.
and I told him, I said, "Oh my God," I said, "I have never experienced this before. When I've called for customer service, I said I was extremely polite to you, and you had the gall to actually yell at me."
I know, right?
It shocked him. He got silent because I'm sure nobody speaks back to him because they get shocked.
Right.
Well, the thing is I used to help when I worked at the old grocery store I used to work at. I used to help train people in customer service. So I know sort of how to do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that's one thing you don't do is yell at your customers.
So I'd like to make a complaint. Oh, you'd like to complain? Well, I've only had these shoes 2 weeks, and the heels already worn through.
But yes, and it's everywhere, and nobody does their job right anymore. Like losing a bicycle. I mean, how small is a bicycle, really? You can't see that
Exactly.
thing?
It's big enough to ride. It's not like it fits in your pocket.
Well, maybe it was
Right.
one of those little tiny ones that clowns ride around on.
Or that you can pedal with your fingers or something.
Yeah.
maybe?
Yeah. Like those.
Maybe it's one of those that folds into a suitcase. So it was disguised as a suitcase, which they lose all the time.
Oh, they lose those constantly.
Yeah.
It's more than likely somebody rode his bicycle into the back to look for his missing bicycle.
Exactly.
But one last one we'll bring up before we're done is good shout to America here. They're about to convert a bunch of the land that was from its nuclear weapons program into clean energy projects. Good shout. I like to hear it. It's all
good.
polluted and, nobody should be there. But yeah, we're going to clean it up and make some energy, I guess. No, I'm just kidding. But, it's a good, good thing.
Yeah, just stick some solar panels over the top of it. Hide it.
Yeah. Speaking of which, it's Denmark or Norway or the Netherlands. One of the, some place I'm not overly
Foreign.
familiar with,
Yeah.
being Canadian, right? What they did was they installed a solar panel sidewalk for people to ride bikes on. And if you know anything about solar panels, you know that unless you wire them the really expensive way, a little bit of shade on one panel can seriously deteriorate the electricity from that entire panel. And they had people riding on it and smearing it with shit from the tires and everything. And they did a study. It's been 2 years now. It was supposed to make like a whack of energy, and it's not making hardly any.
Yeah.
And it's
it's a
going to
waste.
take 140 years to pay for itself.
That was dumb.
Yeah.
It's
my
only
God,
it's only
that's dumb.
guaranteed for 5.
Yeah. And people like EV Blog on
already
YouTube and a few, as soon as it was announced they were going to do this and put it in, they were all like, why? It's dumb. It'll never
that's it.
work. Why don't you just put it on top and give people shade?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's what I thought you meant when you first said it.
That's
You
what I
know.
thought it was about when I
That's
first heard
it.
about it until I
Yeah.
realized they were riding on it. I was like, that's ridiculous.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
And now I could see, and like what you guys are saying too, have it as a, sort of like, have
Yeah.
something covering it like a roof so that you can ride under there without getting, so
Yeah.
you're not out
Wet.
the elements or something, but it'll still charge because
Exactly.
Yeah.
Do it what's the word? Fuck. I hate when this happens. Oh, properly. That's it.
Yeah.
But it's so funny because as soon as I heard that it was on the ground, I instantly I knew every reason why it was stupid right away. I just couldn't believe it.
Now what they should have done is just put them on top of the bikes as a little roof, and then everybody can cycle around using their own electric power.
Yeah, you want to ride on our sidewalk? Here's your solar helmet.
Yeah, here's your hat. Here's your sign. Exactly.
But yeah, I think we're gonna call it quits here and wrap it up and whatnot. Let us know in the chat. We're next week on this show, we'll be able to play some videos and whatnot and show the media a bit more. And we've got a few segments where we're going to show a couple of videos of people just being stupid. We're not going to go Karen, because that's been done. We're not doing that. And there's going to be some other funny segments. So let us know in the chat what kind of things that, just off the, out of the blue, get you going and laughing and stuff and whatnot. And we'll make it into a segment coming up because that's going to be the whole thing.
Well, when he said he was like going to ask the chat a question, I thought you were going to ask him if they want us to come back next week.
No, why would I do that? The answer would be no.
Mm.
Would you want us to come? I wouldn't want us to come back. That's stupid.
I'm not coming back.
Yeah, we're not coming back. Fuck that.
Yeah.
That's funny. You know what we should do is, the Krauts got the idea. What we should do is get a Ouija board and interview dead celebrities.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, it would be honest. We wouldn't fake it in any way.
No.
Hey,
we can't even do that with live ones. Never mind dead ones.
So before we go, we got to thank NA for the 5 Shills memberships that he gave. Thank you so much. Yes. And the people who got them so far are Scott Brisson, we've got Michael McMahon, we've got Murray Duncan, we've got EL, and how many did I do? 1, 2, 3, 4, and Sweet Cheeks. That was
All
the 5th. I just had to wait for that to pop up. Thank you so much. And welcome to the family. That sounded like a burp in my ear. Just
did it?
That was awesome. Thank you.
You got to have a sound effect to say NA.
True. That's too funny. Exactly. GG. Good game.
So let's look for the moral of the story. I think the moral of this story is don't incite riots if you don't want Bubba to bum rape you in the shower.
Oh. Jesus Christ.
That's a harsh thing to say about the Orcas, but okay.
Oy. Okay.
Yeah, don't try to subvert democracy because you'll only be left clutching the soap in the shower.
There we go. And Lauren said, who's been a member for 2 months, thank you so much. Thanks for my free membership from a couple weeks ago. You are very welcome, and thank you. We love having you.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Final thoughts, anyone? What do you think?
It was a great show, and it was a lot of fun, and thank you. And thank you, everybody, for coming.
Good shout.
Yes, I'm thinking I'm using the brain in my head, and I think it was a good show. Well, yeah, a lot of fun. What a load of bollocks out there. So,
Exactly.
Welcome to Earth.
Awesome. Big shout out to all the mods in the chat that help us so much. Huge thanks to CF Beauty for all her work in the background and running the live chat and being somebody that's far more interesting to talk to than I am.
That's true.
Yeah, that is true. I think we'll see y'all very soon. Good night out there, fellow babies. Take care.
Good
Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Now fuck off.
Still here? It's over. Go home. Go.